What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Objectivity, the channel where we sip the hottest tea and spill it with pure objectivity. Today, we're diving into crazy viral stories. So buckle up because this one's a ride you don't want to miss. Let's get into it.
Objectivity, let the truth unwind. Steps of honesty were never blind. Hot takes, big tales, we let you decide. Try the boys, come along for the ride.
Well, it didn't take long. It only took 2 years, literally to the day, December 27th, for my Filipino wife to become fully Americanized, hate everything about me and what I provide, and decide to leave. Yeah, welcome to the shittiest post that I'm ever going to make. There's a lot to it. I'm not going to go into it, okay? But suffice to say, after providing and going on the Disney World trip, which included the funeral for my mom, I got up to day 6, I think, on that because it all broke down at Magic Kingdom. Fucking ironic. And I didn't post anything after that because when we got back from Orlando to St. Simons, Georgia, I was greeted with the announcement from Jayanne that she wanted a separation. And then I discovered through text that she had been discussing this with her family and making plans to also take the children. So, that's heavy, right? That's a nuke. And I'm going to go into my bunker. So I came downstairs in my nice 4-story mansion and just stayed by myself through Christmas Eve and through Christmas Day. And I missed Christmas with my children. My in-laws, my mother and my father-in-law, and Jayanne, they proceeded to open the presents without me. Presents of which, all of which I bought.
Well, okay. So were they not supposed to open the presents? I mean, you were downstairs protesting and you wouldn't go upstairs. So were they not supposed to have Christmas? Th- wow, this guy is.
Yeah, the separation is a separation. I'm lucky enough to have a big house and the logistics of it can be met right away, but I spent Christmas utterly by myself. And it's coming up on New Year's Eve and I'm still alone. Because there's no communication from her. Why? Because she's communicating with her parents. She has the total backing and validation of her parents. Plus TikTok. All external sources of validation. And it's my position, my feelings are not relevant. She's got it figured out. She's got a plan. I'm waiting to hear what the plan is. And we'll see what happens from that point. But I'm pretty, I'm at peace with what has occurred. What could occur. I am done being Mr. Fix-It. Fix-It Felix. I'm not going to be the simp, nice guy, Fix-It Felix anymore.
All right, Mr. Chad the Dad, I'm going to need you to be for real because you are not giving off any nice guy fix it Felix vibes, especially with your self proclaimed passport bro title. But it's all right. He's not finished yet. Let's hear what else he has to say.
Relationship takes two people. And she made the decision for the separation. She's made the announcement and made plans with family to take our children back to the Philippines. And she's an adult. She has accountability. It's on her to come to me and explain to me what her plan is, such that it is, and what can be done about it. So, surprise, no more countdown with the great fun in Disney World. It was a fucking disaster. And, that's the truth. Social media is not about the truth, but I'm about the truth, so that's what I give you. Thanks.
All right, so that's the video that went viral, and that's what brings us here today to discuss this topic. But I do want to give you a little bit of backstory so you can be all caught up. So this guy is a passport bro, been a passport bro for some time. He's gone to the Philippines before and dated Filipinas, but his experience wasn't that great. He found that these 20-somethings only wanted him for his money. Crazy, right? So this time he was going to put his foot down. And when he met Jayanne, he let her know from the beginning that this was not going to be about money. He needed to make sure her intentions were pure and that she was with him for all the right reasons, for him and not for money. Now, she wanted to prove herself and she did. They connected in 2020 and she became pregnant. Now, mind you, he's back in the States. He left her with no money, but neither here nor there. The minute he found out that she was pregnant, he did get her an apartment. Now, mind you, the money thing is not going to be a thing until he determines they're going to be a family. But once he got there and she gave birth to the baby, he decided that, hey, she did her part, so it's time to do mine. So he did take her hand in marriage. He married her. He did everything he needed to do to get the visas, the paperwork, get her and the kids over. Once he got her over, they were here being influencers. So they were helping other couples see how that they can navigate beyond racial and international and cultural barriers. And they have been happily married ever since, all the way until now.
Woke up this morning to almost 1,400 comments on my last post about my wife requesting a separation. And the only thing I'm going to say about that right now, and not get into any details, although I know you all want to, hear more of the story, is that the reason I went public with what's going on, and I did that because I believe in this situation, transparency is the most important thing. I think it's the most important thing in any problem. Just be honest. Now, we've gotten to this point because there's been a little bit of dishonesty from Jayanne in the form of texting with her family and people behind my back, discussing things that she really should have just come to me with first. That was our agreement from the beginning of our relationship. We struggled with it, and that deal was broken. And so I'm not talking to anybody behind her back. I'm talking about our problem to the world.
Okay, y'all, he took me out with the world. The world. I'm not telling anybody, I'm just telling the world. Like that was better. That's crazy. And I'm not even sure why you would need to get permission to speak with your parents, because how do you do that behind someone's back? You just speak to them. And I despise the babysitting my kids thing. They're your kids.
So that there's no mistake that I am sincere and authentic in everything that I think and feel. I may not be right, and I'm probably not right in a lot of cases along the path that has gotten to this point. And I will be the first to admit my mistakes, where I'm somewhat the bad guy. But overall, transparency is the key. And this is the new digital age we live in. This is a form of communication. Jayanne and I are not talking. And maybe it'll make things worse, maybe it'll make things better. I don't know. But at this point, I just want to way forward without me making unilateral decisions and pulling triggers, right? So stay tuned, because I would love nothing more than for Jayanne to come online with me and say what she wants, to, tell us her plan, right? To see where this can be fixed, if it's fixable at all. Honesty and authenticity. That's all I want. Thanks. Why did you marry me?
Because I don't want to work.
Maybe that we need to leave a little earlier so I can get you some cash. What the hell?
What? Why are you laughing?
What is that?
This?
Yes.
This is my volumizer.
You gonna wear it out?
No, that's just for my hair.
That's great. Honest question. Why did you marry me?
Because I don't want to work.
But you do work. You do a lot of work in the house for our kids.
That's my usual. I did that in my home, so I love to be spoiled. Why can't you just not work and still get what you want? Yeah.
Well, yeah. A lot of women think they gotta work to get it for themselves.
My unpopular opinion is feminist women. Is that right? Grammar? Feminist.
Yeah, feminist women.
Feminist women. What's that? Sinira nila yung kababaihan.
Strong, independent woman. Don't need no.
Yeah.
Don't need no man.
Yeah, they broke the women's rights. What?
I don't know.
Ow!
Interesting. Interesting. What can I say? What's really going on here? That's what I'd like to know. Do you think she really feels that way, or is that something that he told her to say? Is it all part of the plan, the big scheme? Because what I can say is it looks like they want to be the next big influencers.
Listen, for all of the girls that the trend right now is I don't want to work. I want to be a housewife. But they don't have the housewife, attitude. They're not submitting to the guy. It's because they just want to not work and get everything. But that's a trend right now. I don't want to work. I just want to stay at home, do my Pilates. I want to get my matcha. Well, those things.
You can get that stuff if you do. If you got a guy that can afford what you want, it doesn't have to be a lot of money, then he's got to be happy to do that for you.
It's a girl's dream now. I have seen it everywhere.
Yeah, that just doesn't turn into I want all that plus be the boss. You can't be the boss and be the recipient of what the boss has to earn.
Yeah. If you want to be a housewife, I'm your coach. Just kidding.
Is she kidding? I hope she's kidding, because we do not need any more dating gurus teaching us how to be successful while in unsuccessful relationships. This is truly giving the trophy wife the international version. But let's not lose sight of why we're here. This is a real family. These are real people, and these kids are really experiencing this. And this started around the Christmas time. So I can imagine how that could affect a family. Let's see how it's affecting Chad today.
It's the morning of New Year's Eve. Tomorrow will be 2025. And Jayan and I, we still haven't spoken. But last night I saw Race and Rocky after an appointment. I brought home McDonald's and I just put it on the counter and I sat on the living room couch. And Race came down first. I didn't even know he was where he was. I didn't even know he was behind me. He came up behind me on the couch and just tapped me on the shoulder. And then Rocky came down the stairs and she shouted, "Papa!" and bounced down. Both of them climbed up on the couch with me and just started jabbering away. It's been a week since I'd seen them. And I moved into the kitchen counter and I busted out the French fries and the McNuggets and they gobbled it up. I had texted Jayan that I was going to be bringing home McDonald's for the kids, and she gave a thumbs up to that, so all was good. And then after they wolfed down more fries, Rocky said, "Up, up," which means she wanted to get down from the stool. And she took my hand and she led me to the living room where we have a big movie screen, and she jumped up on the lazy boy and Race joined us munching on more nuggets, and I put on Monsters Inc. and we watched a movie for about 45 minutes, and Rocky got tired and she scrambled back upstairs, and Race stayed with me until he fell asleep. So I carried him up and I put him down against Jan's back and I left them together so they could sleep, and I came back downstairs. Of all the comments that I've received on the last video that I did, the ones that stand out are the people saying that I neglected my children on Christmas. I didn't neglect them. My staying away, my staying downstairs is to honor the separation, but it's also for everyone to see what that means, what that separation means. It was intentional. And I am heartbroken by it, but the stakes are high and everyone needs to act with intention and clarity. So that's an update. Thank you.
Ooh, this is a test. This is definitely a test. In this day and age, it's really important for us to acknowledge a man's feelings and when he expresses himself emotionally. But I don't think this is giving what he thinks it's giving. It's definitely not working for me. But we're going to move on because Jayan has a response to all of this. Let's listen.
Well, it didn't take long. It only took 2 years, literally to the day, December 27th, for my Filipino wife to become fully
I
Americanized.
think the word Americanized has nothing to do with someone who is disrespectful, especially to your people. Let's say that your closest people. It's because he disrespected my parents, screaming, snatching some things, verbally and physically. So, what I am thinking that time, you are freely disrespecting me and abusing me. I think that's enough. You can do it. You can do it 24/7 to me. You can do it anytime. But to the point that you're gonna be disrespecting my people, especially my parents, I think that's what, draw the line. I think that's when the time that I said I want to separate. It's not because I wanted to separate, just because I wanted it. I've dealt a lot with him for the last 2 years that I am here.
We got back from Orlando to St. Simons, Georgia. I was greeted with the announcement from Jayan that she wanted a separation.
For the last 2 years, I am standing up for myself. I know it's really difficult because I have children, and I honestly doesn't want to separate with him. It's just came out to my mouth that I'm so fed up, I'm so done. It's because I'm so hurt and he's not gonna change. There's no way that he will change. All I know is if I didn't stop or I didn't make a move, it's gonna be a normal. He's gonna disrespect me, he's gonna disrespect my people, he's gonna disrespect anyone. So this is just me that, putting some boundaries.
Hate everything about me and what I provide and decided to leave.
He claims that I hated what he provides. As far as I remember, I'm always grateful for him. I'm always vocal, thanking him for what for my life right now. You can see my social media, I never criticizes him. It's always praising even though there's something going on inside our house. I will never speak or talk about our fights on my social media. It's because I am protecting him and I'm protecting my children. We have kids, the next 10-20 years there's gonna be social media and they might see this. I think it's really selfish for him to post for views, for attention, for sympathy. If you can go up here and talk to me and you will say to people that out of transparency, I will talk about it, but you are transparent to the public, but you are not transparent to me. Just for clarification to
half of the trip paid by his ex-wife. All of the park tickets, Universal, and also Disney World, it was paid by his ex, and also the Airbnb and the grocery. I just wanted to let you know too that we have a really good relationship with the ex-wife, and to be honest with you, she's really nice to my kids and she's really nice to me. She's like my closest mother here in Hawaii. I can talk to her anytime, and you know, she's really a good person. And I remember when we were in the mainland, she told us, my parents and me, and she said that this is my gift to you. You are wondering why my parents came over, because we supposedly go back to the Philippines for 3 months, just me and the kids. It's because I am really homesick. I've been here for 2 years. He promised me that we're gonna go back to the Philippines at least once or twice a year, but that never happened. And so I kept on telling him that I need to go back. It's because we have activities, like my ate is gonna get married, my big sister, and I am the maid of honor. And also I wanted to do some christening for the kids, and also I wanted to spend Christmas with my whole family. It's been 2 years since they haven't seen Race and they haven't met Rocky, because I gave birth to Rocky here in Hawaii. And you know, it's just really family thing. We need to go back, and it's just sad. It's because fast forward to the booking day, he already booked going back to the Philippines, and then that same day he canceled it too. It's because he said that I'm ungrateful. It's because I didn't say thank you right away. It's because at that time I got excited. It's because the ex-wife said that she's gonna come same day, the same exact day when he booked it. He canceled it right away, and you know, I don't have any choice. It's because I don't have money. I don't have any control about.
And I discovered through text that she had been discussing this with her family and making plans to also take the
The
children.
messages are in Tagalog. Hey, feel free to translate in the chat.
My ate, my big sister, is back in the Philippines. I contacted her about what's going on here, and then I told her that my mom is gonna go back same date with my papa, and she needs to book for my ate. But that didn't happen. It's because they have to rebook the ticket for them to go back to the Philippines. It's earlier because my papa supposedly go back to the Philippines on January 5th, but that didn't happen. They went back home yesterday, December 30, and they arrived at December 31. You know what's really sad is that my parents are very excited, especially my papa. He thought that it's gonna be a great trip, but it's disaster. They came here just to be disrespected. They stress na sobrang stress na mga mukha nila naman.
Oh, there's nothing like seeing somebody just terribly sad and going through it. That is just terrible. I can't imagine how that would feel to be in the position to just be completely dependent upon someone, and then you bring the people you love most only for them to completely act like a jerk. Oh my gosh. What can I say? You know, this guy's still got more to say. Check this out.
Welcome to the top floor of my 4-story mansion in Honolulu, Hawaii on New Year's Eve 2025. And you know why I know that my Americanized Filipino wife is not going to leave me? She's pregnant. She may not love me, she may not want me, but she needs me. And that's what love is based on. Need. Don't fucking kid yourselves. Okay? Let's enjoy this New Year's Eve.
May this love never find me or anybody that I love. Oh my goodness. See, I'm not one to diagnose people, but it is really giving narc. That is terrible. And that's something I've never been able to understand. Why would anyone, especially a man, want the woman to need him and opposed to sincerely want to be with him? I don't understand why a man would prefer that, aside from the fact that she has no other choice, so she cannot leave. But wouldn't it feel so much better to know that you have a love in which she wants to be there and she does not want to leave? And there's no need to force her to be there in order for her to stay. This is so crazy to me, the whole concept in itself. But this guy doesn't quit. So we've got more. He keeps it coming.
My Filipino wife has been Americanized. My Americanized Filipino wife. That seems to be triggering a lot of people. Let me explain what I mean. In America, if a wife, even a girlfriend, is not happy in the relationship, all she has to say to the world on social media, and especially to the government, I'm not happy. And if she drops the word abused or anything along those lines, the American system steps in. It steps in to protect her against any allegations that she makes. And the man's side of the story is, it's all assumed. I'm an evil, controlling, patriarchal, oppressive white dude. And the narrative instantly becomes me bad, she victim. So the fight that we're having, that's still there, okay? That's always gonna hang over my head. I'm a passport bro. I brought her here, I married her here. I signed all the government forms saying that I will support her for a minimum of 10 or 1,000 years. I don't know, and we even know what I signed. And all you dudes out there who've been through this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Americanized means weaponization of the male-female relationship to benefit the female, because family court is not a judicial system, it's a corporation. For profit, digging into the pockets of dads, of men. Because, yeah, we're in a patriarchal system and men still have most of the money. And now that's exactly what's true in our relationship. She doesn't have any money. I have all the money. And it's, a relationship can go south when the woman has lost love for her man and she's just going for the bag. And if she goes for the bag, she's going to get a huge portion of that. That's what I mean by Americanized. Jan is solidly Filipina, and that comes with a lot of stuff. And one of those things is she's going to be fiercely defensive for her family, her mom and dad. And this whole fight is hinging on the fact that I disrespected her mom and dad. Never mind that they disrespected me too. We'll get into that later. But Jan is not Americanized in that she's materialistic or even greedy. But she senses and she knows the support that she would get if things really got ugly between us. The American system is on her side, not mine, not the man's. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, that's it for now. More later. Happy New Year. Thanks.
Unfortunately, this is one of the reasons why a lot of men try to keep their women isolated so that they will not have outside influence and get support from others, which would validate them, because usually they're being gaslit into thinking that when they think they deserve more, that they're asking for too much.
So a couple of my videos have gone viral. I'm the guy who is separated from his Americanized Filipino wife. Yeah, I'm Chad to Dad. I'm a grandiose narcissist who had a dream, and it was to turn my life around and not be stacking bodies, and I wanted to be a dad. It happened late in life because I was married for a very long time prior to that, and it didn't happen, so, go do your digging, you'll meet my ex-wife, and you'll get all the drama. But the drama seems to be centered around two narratives. One narrative, I'm a sick, creepy, oppressive, controlling, rich bastard who uses my power, influence, wisdom, and wealth to control an innocent, naive, dumb, third world woman. And the second narrative is, I'm the victim of a manipulative, conniving, long game playing gold digger. What's missing from all this is the real narrative, our story, our love. Yeah, we have problems, but we have a lot of love. And we're putting it out there because it needs to be told. All right? And it is helping us. Jan watches her supporters and I watch my supporters. And we come back to the table and say, okay, are we just fucking walking memes? Or do we have our own identities? And we're united in fighting for our own identities. So, thanks for the views. It ain't going to change what happens. It's all projection of folks' own hatreds and prejudices and experiences in life. But this is its own. And you're welcome to keep watching if you like. And we'll watch back. Okay? Bye. Thanks.
Well, he told us, right? I'd love to hear your opinion in the chat. Do you think that this is a case of a grandiose narcissist or gold digging gone wrong? Because it definitely went wrong if that is the case. Do you think that maybe this is simply a ploy to run that social media following up and get them going? Or is it that we just don't know their
Hey
love?
guys, I just wanted to give you an update. I am safe and the kids are safe, and I just wanted to thank all of you for your positive comments, supporting me through this process. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I am not setting up any GoFundMe or any donations. It's because I don't want to disappoint people, and part of my culture as much as possible, especially you have children, if you can work things out, just work things out. Since the day that I shared my side of the story, we have been talking, and also we came up to some resolutions and conditions that now that I am 6 weeks pregnant, I am going back to the Philippines on my second trimester. I know it's not a good idea for me to go back to the Philippines because something might happen, but for me it's really important for me to go back. It's because this is also one of our problems, one of the root of our problems, that me longing to my home country and him thinking that I don't like to be in here. So we're just resolving little by little. I just wanted to clarify too that I am not getting any allowance and I don't have credit card. So everything that I am purchasing, I have to ask permission, and this needs to be discussed. So if you want something, we're gonna discuss it. This is how our marriage works. Honestly, I'm not the typical Filipina that's sending money to support my family back home, and I cannot send any money because I don't have it, first of all. And also, my family have a business in Manila. We have businesses there. Our parents sent us to a nice school growing up, so basically we have the money growing up. And I honestly have to say this, that I have eaten really great restaurants back home than here because it's really expensive here. Anyway, just wanted to say thank you everybody.
Well, there you go. Full circle. She's staying. You like it? I love it. No, but seriously, we all know this sounds like a terrible situation to stay in. And there's no way that I would advise anybody who I loved or cared about to allow themselves to get in a predicament such as this. Do truly wish them the best, especially with the new baby on the way. But I have a feeling we haven't heard the last of them. Well, and that brings us to the end of this video. I really appreciate you taking the time out to sip on some tea with me, and I look forward to next time. I'd really love to hear your opinion and your thoughts in the chat. Feel free to go back and forth in there, but be respectful. Until next time, stay objective.
Said that he will still love me even though I look like this, right?
Oh, baby! Yeah.
In the studio, secrets flutter. Every truth laid bare, and hearts won't shudder. Opinions so bold, like lifting the veil. We brew the facts in a delicate pail. From the whispers of night and dawn's loud cheer, we pour the stories that you need to hear. No sugar, no fluff, just the honest brew. Grab your cup and let's spill something new. Objective idea, let the truth unwind. Sips of honesty, we're never blind. Hot takes, big tales, we let you decide. Join the boys, come along for the ride. All the seeming truth that warms the soul. In every drop, feel the narratives roll. We blend respect in every single cup. Come and taste the brew that's lifting you up. Conversations flow like rivers wide. In every truth there's more to find. Respectful chats are bond untied. Hold your teacup, let's get entwined. Objective idea, let the truth unwind. Steps of honesty, we're never blind. Hot takes, big tales, we let you decide. Join the boys, come along for the ride. Come along for the ride. On the whispers of night and dawn's loud cheer, we pour the stories that you need to hear. No sugar, no fluff, just the honest brew. Grab your cup and let's spill something new. Objective idea, let the truth unwind. Sips of honesty, we're never blind. Hot takes, big tales, we let you decide. Join the boys, come along for the ride. Come along for the ride. Pour the steaming truth that warms the soul. In every drop, feel the narratives roll. We blend respect in every single cup. Come and taste the brew that's lifting you up.